All right, people. So I had somebody ask me a question about the flood, and they said, "How much time do I have to take action?" And you got all the time in the world. The problem that you have is you have a window of the day that it happened to 3 days to dry the unit out. I mean, you have longer, but in order to keep mold growth from happening, you have 3 days. That's it. Three 24-hour days to which you need to go in and actually remove the drywall and set in drying equipment to dry the wood and clean, remove the flooring if necessary, down to the concrete. Then if you got wood flooring, boy, that's an even worse nightmare because you got to take the wood. You got to, if it's hardwood flooring, you got to find a way to get in between those layers of flooring because you not only have your hardwood, but you have your subflooring and you have your underhang, your joists. So you got to dry all of that out with drying equipment. Remove that moisture. And the way that you do is with a blower and a dehumidifier. If you don't use that kind of equipment, chances of getting it adequately dried out slim and none. And so, um, the immediate thing to do is to contact a company that knows what they're dealing with when it comes to flood damage. Now, if you wait longer than 3 days, shit, I had a person that had an uh, a flood happen, and what happened was they waited 3 months before allowing me to fix it. Now the problem is that they told me when the flood had me, they told me like a week after the flood had happened, but they waited for 3 months to build up their money. And so I told them after that initial dropping of the ball and waiting, and I understand that you're waiting for your money, but I told them, hey, you waited 3 months. This is no longer a flood. This is a mold call. And so you have to cut the wall open. You know, me being me, um, I have to cut the wall open and remove the drywall because I know exactly what happened and there's no way around it. So if you decide to play games where you go, I don't have the money to get this flood fixed, and you let the time expire, which is the 3 days, and you go for another couple of weeks, then what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a mold call, and you need to call a mold remediation company. And so what happens is they have to remove up to, if an area of the wall has mold on it, up to 2 feet around that spot. Okay, but and that just depends on the type of flood that happens. Sometimes it's the shower head, or sometimes it's a leak from an angled stop, something like that. But this situation where this water that came in from the storms is actually gray water. And I know that some people are going to argue with me. No, it was seawater. And some people are going to argue with me. No, what, man, no, dude, that's straight up the nastiest water that could have hit in San Diego because it's it's combined with storm drain water. It's combined with all the spit, oil, and toxins that are on the streets and sidewalks, and it's combined with other houses that might have sewage leaks underneath and crap. I went in the house, the lady had nothing but baby diapers all over the place, stunk like who knows what, And I know that area in National City that flooded, that's where her house is. So y'all right there was swimming in that shit. And this lady's nasty. They had dogs and babies and didn't clean up after neither one of them. The house smelled and stunk of shit. But they cool by themselves, you know. But I'm just saying, I'm just giving y'all a heads up what y'all done got yourselves into. So all that water in that area, in that neighborhood, was contaminated severely. So please, don't play around with this. This is not just a mold call anymore. This is all sorts of pathogens in the water. So anyways, you have 72 hours, and we're talking about at a temperature of 72 degrees or high, between 72 and 84 degrees, to get explosive mold growth. Now it can grow at lower degrees, but 72 to 84 degrees, that's when the growth of mold is explosive. And that's why you see some houses where they get mold growth growing on just the baseboard, but in some other houses you see it going all around the tables, around your bed frame, and up the wall to the ceiling. Right? So that's after 3 days. That's what you can expect to happen. So that's why I'm saying take action now. Get on the phone with whoever you need to call, and get them out there and have them deal with your your this flood damage issue. Right? So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. Especially, like I said, National City. I'm so on one end, I used to live there. I'm so glad I'm not there. I'm so glad I don't live there anymore. I'm down here in Chula Vista, which isn't, that much further or better. But I'm just saying, after seeing that flood, I'm glad I'm not in that neighborhood. But it is what it is. Now, I knew several houses that I worked on in that community in National City that I know had sewage up and underneath them. I had one house, there was a lake of sewage underneath. And do you think they ever removed that? No. So when that flood water went through, it just dredged that shit up. Right? It just mixed with the water and just made it more polluted. Okay? So I'm just telling y'all, you do what you want to do, but it's to your benefit to get some qualified individuals, people that know what they're doing, to work on your properties. And this is not a quick and easy fix. This is not a go out and just remove my drywall. This was a flood. So there's actual underneath of the structure checks and balances and repairs that need to be done to remove the excess water. So, and I know what to do, I know what to tell you, but I'm not going to do that because that's my profession, unless we have some kind of agreement. But anyways, that's how fast you need to act. And anything other than that, you might as well just move out of the place. Especially with the place that the water was like up to the was like 4 or 5 feet deep or higher. You might as well just pack up and move out for a minute until they repair it. And they probably, if you're a renter, they're probably not going to re-rent to you. And I don't know what to tell you. Just get a lawyer. Get some legal advice. But I do know what to tell you as far as damage advice and what the water is doing to you as of right now. All right? Talk to you in a bit. Later.